today, and I think we have the YouTube live stream probably happening here, and I am trying to switch stuff up. So honestly, I'm not 100% sure like how this is going to work. So we'll see how it goes. And if you're a normal viewer here, you'll notice that I switched up the feeds here, and that's partly because I want to use this microphone for YouTube because it seems like YouTube's a little more important. So that's what we're doing right now. It is unclear to me if people are going to be able to find this live stream easily on the YouTube side. So I hope that you can. I have no idea how it sort of appears to other people. I see someone is on the Facebook side, so that's really cool. It appears as though no one's watching on Webinar Jam. I didn't announce that this was going to be a little different this time, but I do see there is a live stream happening on YouTube. So really, you know, I'm going to talk about waking up at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm going to do it all this week, maybe longer, and we will hopefully, you know, see how that works. I am interested in whether or not anyone on YouTube is watching, and if, okay, I see at least one person over there, and I guess part of this is just me troubleshooting this stuff. Okay, I see at least one person over. Okay, and it looks like I'm watching on the viewing page. So this is probably super boring for a lot of people right now. Valen, I see you over on Facebook. Awesome. Cool, thanks. By the way, I published a new post today on Niche Site Project about part 9 of the Project Go White Hat. And Valen was nice enough to let me know that somehow I had screwed up my website and I wasn't allowing comments over there. So tried to fix that, and I think I did. So thanks, Valen, for letting me know. I see 2 people are now watching over on the YouTube side, which is totally cool. And I think I'm gonna up at 4:30. I'm just gonna put a new title there, and I do see that people are over there. However, it is unclear to me to see the chat or anything like that. So that's sort of strange overall. I will, if anyone can chat with me or comment, that'll be cool. I'll try and like the page or the actual video and see if that helps. But I guess overall, I don't know if this is the right way to live stream for YouTube, but it was the easiest thing for me to do today. So let me just check to see if there's anything else. Because normally, interesting thing, normally on the YouTube side, we have like about 10 people that are watching. And in this case, I only see like 2 people are on, which is unusual. So let me see if I could change some settings. I apologize, everyone. It may not be super exciting for everyone to watch me figure out how to use this, but you know, for right now, that is exactly what we're doing. And you know what? When we do the live stream, sometimes not all of it's going to be gold, I guess. Maybe a lot of the time that's the case. Okay, I think I enabled the chat, the live chat. So if you are watching, it is possible that the live chat is now on. I turned on the live chat. We learn something new every day. Hey. Cool. So if people can, you know, see this, that'll be really nice. If you can say hello, you can let me know where you're from. If you're on Facebook, let me know where you're from. By the way, if you're watching the replay, I'll come back and answer the questions later. So feel free to ask questions if you can't watch it live. On YouTube, you know, these are just, they go live immediately afterwards. And hopefully I'll be able to use this microphone for YouTube since more people seem to watch there. Oh, and Matt Rhodes from Fort Worth, Texas. Awesome. Thanks for joining up. It must be warm down there in Texas. I'm guessing. I don't know. I used to work in Dallas for like 6 months. It was really awesome there. The barbecue is fantastic, as you can imagine. And I miss that Texas barbecue, Central Texas barbecue. So there's a couple people around here that try to do it, but it's just not quite the same. I don't think they season it enough. All right. And the thing is, since I'm not seeing the normal folks that I would imagine and I would expect to see on YouTube, it makes me think that they were not notified. They were not notified for some reason. Okay. So that means that I probably, if I change a few settings, that next time it should probably work. So we shall see how it goes. For the people that are watching live on YouTube, by the way, sorry, I keep looking away. I have my other screen up just so I could make sure this is kind of working. So the people that are watching on YouTube, thank you for joining. If you have the ability on the chat to say hello and let me know that it's working or you could hear me or whatever, that'll be awesome. Super helpful for me if you could do that. And hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to do a better job and actually like have some people attend. But I am going to talk about the fact that I woke up at 4:30 today. I'm going to be waking up at 4:30 for the rest of the week. So I live in Montana and the summers, I guess the days get long in the summer is what I'm trying to say. So around this time of year, like it kind of starts getting bright around 4:30, not super bright, but dusk. The sun's starting to come up. The sky is getting a little brighter. And I feel like if I'm generally getting the right amount of sleep, I'll start to wake up whenever there's light. So for me, like over the last couple of weeks, I've just been waking up a little bit earlier each day, not on purpose. And once I kind of wake up, unless I like intentionally try to go back to sleep, I really don't go back to sleep very well. So I decided yesterday that I'm just going to go ahead and wake up at 4:30 for the next, at least the next 5 days. I probably will take a little break on the weekend just because of the fact that you can sleep in on the weekend. My wife has like a normal, 9 to 5 type job. So she wakes up at like 6:30 or so. So she'll sleep in on the weekend. So I will too. Anyhow, the thing is when you wake up this early, most of the time you're like losing sleep. You're getting less sleep per day, which is not my goal, right? I realize that it's really important for me to get maybe like 7 to 8 hours, maybe longer if I can work it out. But I really do enjoy getting enough sleep, and I could tell that I don't feel as good, and basically I think slower also. So I can't work as efficiently or effectively when I don't get enough sleep. So a few years back, I had a full-time job. Now I do internet marketing full-time, but I had a full-time job and I was trying to do internet marketing. So that said, it was necessary for me to wake up early so I could get my internet marketing side project work done. And for me, my best work is usually, before noon. Usually it's before noon, depends on what's happening in the day, but typically if I can get work done before noon, that's my freshest. I'm not as distracted. There's less things going on. So back in the day when I had that corporate job, it was really important for me to do my best work for my projects, right? Why would I do it another way? But now I have the option to sleep in, and for sure during the winter I slept in a little bit later because the sun doesn't come up until 7 or 8, and it stays dark longer. It gets dark earlier, and it makes sense to sleep a little bit more. So I did. Like I said, I really am more efficient if I actually do sorry, if I get enough sleep, I'm better, right? So if I get enough sleep, I'm better off. And so I'm waking up earlier now, and I wanted to take advantage of the fact that I'm waking up earlier and I can do, whatever I want and work longer and that sort of thing. So that said, I do need to make sure I like take a nap or get some rest or have more downtime somewhere in the middle of the day. I think it may actually work out pretty well for me to like work out a little after lunch and then take a short nap after that. Thing is, it doesn't get dark until like 9:30, 10. If you look outside at like 10:15 or so, it's still like kind of bright on the western horizon. So the point being, I don't necessarily want to like lose sleep by waking up at 4:30. I want to like, take advantage of the fact that I'm waking up early. I can shift my day around, but I also want to make sure that I like take a nap or get a little extra rest. Now, it could be tough because I'm sitting here drinking another cup of coffee at like 11. That's a whole other story. I drink a lot of coffee, probably way too much. But I will take a pause for a second because I see that Matt is watching over on YouTube. Thank you for the full support on both sides. Appreciate that. And Leo, awesome. Thanks for joining up. And it may be interesting, Leo, if you have the capability, I am interested to like hear like if you got the notification like at 11:01 or if it was like sometime after, because I think maybe I had the settings wrong. I'm doing this off of Webinar Jam to take advantage of this better microphone hooked up to my laptop and doing the Facebook Live over on my phone. So if this works, if this little system works, we'll probably do it this way, and we may actually just get rid of Facebook Live because no one seems, not no one, Matthew, it looks like you would have made it over here anyway, over on YouTube. So cool. It's a big learning experience. And Cinerob, hey, what's up? Thanks for joining up. And Steven, awesome. Cool, Steven. I saw you sent me a couple emails the last few days, so hopefully I answered them, and hopefully I answered them in a helpful way. So cool. And, if I'm happy that I actually can use Webinar Jam to make this happen, even though I'm not using a full amount of the platform over there. Like just having a live chat over here is pretty cool. So, and let's see. Okay, so that's, overall, I think I covered the main points in waking up early because I just happen to wake up early on a regular basis. But in this way, I'm going to, hopefully get a little bit of extra work done and maybe have a little more free time in the middle of the day. Now, I need to be really careful because I'm definitely the kind of person where if I'm sort of like working, I'll just keep working if I don't like have hard stop times. And really my goal is not to work like 12-hour days or anything like that. And after hour, 6, I just don't work as well. I'm slower to like solve problems. Sometimes that's a good time to like respond back to emails, but other times it's just good to take a break, go outside, walk around, which is probably what I'm going to try and do. I'll also mention there's 2 reasons why I'm thinking, hey, I want to wake up earlier and get more work done. One, I'm relaunching my course coming up here in July. So with that said, there's a decent amount of work that is required to launch a course. A lot of it is already done, right? So I've launched the course before. It's called 5-Figure Niche Site. If you're new, so basically a lot of the work has been done in the past, but there's still activities that need to be done. I often make mistakes like forgetting to change dates within the emails because there were so many emails sent. So I'm actually a little sneak peek if you've stuck with me this long and you've been watching for like 10 minutes or something, 15 minutes. Basically, I had a launch sequence that lasted about I think technically it was 9 days, but if you look at the whole like launch sequence, it was roughly 14 to 15 days. So I'm shortening that to actually a launch of only 5 days, right? So I went from 9 days down to 5. There's a few reasons for that. And it's interesting enough that I'll actually hold that and tell you about it some other day. Then the other reason is my wife and I decided to, every now and then, we decide to not drink any alcohol for like some period of time. A lot of people do like a dry January. We've done that before. Thing is, I drink a lot of beer. I'm a home brewer. I like craft beer, and I have a beer like not every single day, but most days. And most of those days, it's like maybe like 1 to 3. So I have like a lot of extra calories. And sometimes if you drink too much beer, you don't feel good the next day and you don't want to wake up as early. But I was like, well, if I'm not drinking beer for some stretch of time, it makes perfect sense to wake up early. So all this stuff coming together, I'm probably going to lose weight. I'm going to be more rested. My skin's going to look better. My hair may even start growing back, but that's probably too much to ask for. Okay, I saw a couple questions come through. Okay, cool. So I saw a question on Valen. By the way, if you can cancel the live stream, what's the only way to get notifications for YouTube? Only by subscribing or not? So Valen, I think I understand your question. I think that I think you need to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and then there's like a little bell. And if you click that, it's like the notifications that you could turn on for my channel. So I think you'll get notifications if I publish something or if I go live. I'm not 100% sure how much control you have over it, but if you're subscribed and you click the bell, then you'll get the notification. And then, yes, Matthew, you are right. Click on the bell. That's right. Click on the bell. And then Leo mentioned that you didn't receive the notification that I'm live on YouTube. You did get an email for someone else that you subscribed to, and you think there may be an issue with the setup. I think you're right. There is an issue with the setup. So maybe later on this afternoon, I'll give it another try because like I said, I think this works well. Since I'm already paying like hundreds of dollars for Webinar Jam, I may as well like use it as much as possible because it turns out you can like live stream from your mobile device onto YouTube or to Facebook. But if you're on your laptop, I think you have to have like some encoding software to actually live stream onto YouTube. Webinar Jam is one of those encoders that I can use, which apparently I'm using it right now. But if not, I would have to like add additional software, which, I don't want to learn new things, basically, if I'm totally honest with you. So, okay, cool. So what we can do, it looks like, yeah, there weren't as many people watching on YouTube. Looks like we got about 5, and I'm probably one of them, so that doesn't count. But people will be able to see this in the replay later. And I'll open it up for questions. Any other questions? Anybody, wake up super early, or are people night owls? I know some other people they do it the other way. In fact, I was catching up with Dave Fox, which if you're a long time reader or viewer of Niche Site Project, you'll remember Dave Fox is a former student of mine, and he is doing like internet marketing full time. He has a few niche sites, and I caught up with him the other day, and he's a night owl. He wakes up at like 10-ish in the morning, and he works like until the middle of the night, basically. So he'll work. I'm dog sitting, by the way. So there's a dog shaking his head over there. You all right, buddy? Okay, so Dave works until the middle of the night, and I think, if I heard him right, he's working until like 2, 3 in the morning, and he used to stay up until like 5 or 6, which is insane to me. That's when I'm getting up, right? I couldn't imagine. So anyway, let's see. I see Matthew says you're a night owl and you work 60 hours a week. That's crazy. That's a lot of hours. Matthew, what kind of work are you doing? What's your full-time gig there? And I guess hopefully tomorrow, like everything will be a little more smooth tomorrow. We'll get it done without struggling so much. Okay, and Leo says you're up 6 almost every day. Yeah, most how my family was too. We were always morning people. My wife is too, so it just seems to work that way. Although, you know what, my mom, whether she's a retired nurse, so with her job, she actually used to get home pretty late. So she would have different hours, and I think she still stays up pretty late, but she's not like working or anything. She's just having a late dinner or like watching TV, or at least back in the day, that's what it was. And Matthew does troubleshoot wind turbines. Cool. Very cool. All right. Well, if there's not any more, if there are questions, be sure to send them in. I'll take a look here for another couple minutes. I was going to say that I appreciate you sticking on with me working through the issues here, and I will double check my settings and see what's up. It's a little slightly difficult to actually test like what happens for Webinar Jam. There's a couple things that like goof me up, and part of it is I guess the way Webinar Jam connects with YouTube Live, and the fact that I have like private webinars for the course 5-Figure Niche site that I don't want to be broadcast live. I don't want everyone to jump on that, because those are private, paid, basically Q&A sessions, right? So I don't want everyone to be notified. So maybe like a whole extra steps, or a whole extra step of making sure that webinars or YouTube Live is set up properly. Anyway, I'm getting into all sorts of nonsense here. Okay, and Leo mentions you normally do get an email when I do a YouTube Live, so it's the first day you haven't gotten one in a while. Cool, that is good to know. And what I may do, what I may do is just do like a straight up test this afternoon with the new settings in here, and then I'll see if this works or not. Because like I said, I don't want to do a full Insider Circle Q&A session that's like broadcast live. Obviously, I need to keep those private. So, all right, thanks everyone. I'll let you go early today, and got some, I'm going to keep doing this for the next week or two at least. It's been going well, and again, I'll share the stats from what actually happens if you do a YouTube Live every day and start publishing a whole lot of content. So, okay, we'll see you later. Thanks for joining up, and we'll talk to you next time.